Hello there everybody, it's Mikey, what's the tea? I'm doing a video review on Black Christmas 2019 remake. Of course, I always like to give a spoiler warning because it's just courtesy. By the way, I actually pieced together movie clips and movie ads and TV spots for Black Christmas 2019, and I can leave the link in the description for you all to watch if you kind of just want to see what this looks like pieced together before watching the film. The original Black Christmas was released in 1974, and then in 2006 there was a remake released, and now we have a new remake. Everybody hated the trailer. I went to see this movie on my birthday, Friday, 13th December 2019, with my nephew Salvador. We had a great time watching this film. For the most part, we both liked it. I liked it a lot. I mean, I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. Like, I know a lot of people freaking hate this film, but like, I'll honestly probably own it on Blu-ray. This movie stars Imogen Poots, who I loved in Green Room. If you haven't seen Green Room, it's like one of the best films in 2015, and I definitely say watch it. It's like certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. Oh, and that's her right there. She's also in 28 Weeks Later. It also stars Elise Shannon. Directed by Sofia Takal. The themes explored in this film are sisterhood, female empowerment, killing, stalking, murder, alcohol is here and there in the film, betrayal. Another theme I would say is explored, and it's kind of a spoiler, so if you don't want to know, I would say kind of like skip a little couple seconds, is the supernatural. So the movie poster, if you take a look at it, there's gonna be 4 characters in that who are in the movie. I was really confused. I feel like some of the characters in this poster, who I won't name due to I feel like it's spoiling a little too much for you guys, I feel like some of the characters in the poster aren't entirely used how it just comes off as. Like, looking at the poster, you feel like these 4 women are gonna be some badass females that join together and fight back, and it's really not like that at all. It's disappointing in a way. It's like a missed opportunity. I know people say like, oh, if people don't die, there wouldn't be a horror movie. Like, but I feel like, yeah, you can kill them off, but I feel like you can also exploit these roles, make them last longer, make them fight so much to the point where you think they're gonna live, and then it's like, okay, they're dead. Not like, okay, they have one scene and then they're dead. So that's what this movie kind of did. I did like these characters. These 4 girls, I was rooting for them. Elise Shannon, who plays Chris, I thought would have a more dominant, badass, ready to kick ass role, but I'd say it was more of an arc. It was more of a, it started off a little bit fearful, and then it just became to like, all right, like, I guess it is time to kick ass. Because Imogen Poots' character, Riley, she actually was kick ass from the beginning. She was so confident in a dance sequence that was in this film, and I was shocked. It just seemed like she was such a quiet girl, and I was underestimating that, and then boom, she was freaking slaying it on the dance floor. It's a simple choreography that they perform, but like, she was confident and she did her thing, and I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. I really wish I was in some kind of control of this film. I wish I could step in and like actually like switch things up a bit. Like I said, I would definitely have characters be more likable, or not just more likable, but I would definitely have characters be fighters and survivors and just make them last a little longer than what was showcased. I would definitely change the rating to R-rated. I understand that when you make a movie PG-13, you're targeting the general audience, and therefore it's speculated that you're supposed to make more money off of it. But when your movie has a PG-13 rating, thus making the quality of your film lack good content, then you're probably gonna get less money, as a matter of fact. So I think they should have been bolder, and they should have had more of a risk-taking aspect to this, and they should have just went with R rating, because the film would have been so much better R-rated, meaning more people would have gone to see it, and more people would have probably felt a lot better about the film. Sometimes you should take a risk and realize, hey, maybe an R rating is the safe route, not the PG-13 one. And honestly, I don't think that it was a safe route that they went with PG-13. There's good music in the film as far as official soundtracks goes. Yeah, they were pretty fun. Like, they made the scene a lot better, I think. Nothing too memorable. The pacing of the film was actually pretty good. The cinematography kind of reminded me of Quentin Tarantino's style. So those were some strong points, like the pacing, the cinematography. I think the acting was good too. At some point, I was like, okay, it could have been rehearsed a little bit better. But sometimes I was like, all right, like, I know they're trying, and I don't want to like discredit that. This was the last horror of 2019 that's supposed to be theatrically released, and I don't don't think that it being the last film of 2019 horror-wise was like a bang. I just think it was like somewhat of a roller coaster ride as far as the horror films goes this year. I've seen every single horror film that has come out this year, and some others, of course. I think this movie was really fun. I wanted more out of it. I think it held back due to its rated PG-13 rating. The kills were just very choppy and quick and not messy. I feel like the blood that's there is even censored itself. If you check out other reviews on this movie, you're gonna see like everyone is feeling unfavorable towards this movie. They have an unfavorable opinion about it, and I can understand why. I personally feel like remakes should be done if done right. If they're not done right, of course, I can see the masses in hysteria. I love remakes. I wouldn't mind doing a remake of movies I like myself. I don't really like things changed up too much in remakes. If you're going to see Black Christmas 2019 because it's a remake, it's not really a remake. It just has the same name, and it is about some sorority girls getting killed off by a killer, just like the original and the remake in 2006. And the remake in 2006 itself is not really even a remake either. I mean, there's definitely huge differences between the three. I won't go into differences about the film because that'll be just too much to talk about. I want to say that I don't really understand why people think it's a big deal for like movies to showcase females. I mean, when I was a little kid, I used to always pick the females in video games, for example. I just love women. I think women are a very empowering figure. I think women have their own strength and they're a force to be reckoned with, and I thank women because it's women who I've leaned on throughout my entire life for the most part when it comes to support. Yeah, women have really been there for me. I'm not gonna say anything negative about men because I know it's not all men that are bad. I know it's not all women that are good. This one has a lot of women just fighting back and kicking ass, and I'm all up for that. I think it's fun. I love when I see a woman just look rugged and ready to fight some deadly forces. I'm a big fan of like technology and it being used properly in horror films, in films in general, but in horror films specifically, I like them being used, like security cameras being used or at least mentioned, or security alarms, cell phones, GoPros, smartwatches, just new technology being used in films and then being used to like kill off characters or save characters. I think that that's a bold move, a smart move. I mean, why not, right? But anyways, I don't think that this film did that entirely. I don't think it was a bad film. Now let's talk about the final fight. If I had to rate the final fight, I would say from 0 to 10, I would give it about a 3. I won't go into details just so that I won't spoil it. One thing I liked about the final fight, there is a moment of overcoming your fears. There's also a sisterhood thing. I liked that. Now, as far as the actual action goes and length of the final fight, you're not going to get much out of it. This movie being rated PG-13, as I've mentioned, was the biggest issue for the film and definitely the biggest issue for the final fight scene. Unfortunately, the final fight scene was weak in my opinion. It does have its positives, but it has more negatives. I think this scene would have been so much better with an R rating, and on top of that, it could have been more creative. The final fight scene takes place somewhere, which I won't spoil, and in this specific place, it's big enough to have had an explorative theme to it, and it just kind of stayed in max 2 to 3 rooms. And if you're expecting to get badassery out of it, you probably won't unless whatever it is that you see satisfies you. I can say I was not satisfied with what I saw. So let me know what you guys think about the film. If you guys want to talk about it, let me know in the comments. If you guys watched it, what did you think? If you plan to see it, maybe watch it on Redbox or wait for it on Blu-ray. Alright y'all, take care, bye, peace.